Hey guys, Corporal G here, coming at you from the COC, Kentucky. I finally finished my British Commonwealth. Well, almost. I'm still waiting on some decals for everything, but for the most part, they stand out. Alright, so here we go. Start off the Randall's custom ones, half-inch ones. Soon these will all be magnetized, like these. Lieutenant Dan definitely inspired me to do all that. It's going to be a lot of work, so hopefully I can get it all done. But it's really easy to get them out of the trays and use a little. One of our flat stands, I can just poke it in the tray and pick one up instead of digging through there. I've got some coastal artillery, some fortifications, and the minor, medium, major factories. That's not that away. I got more, but I kind of just brought one for each most of the time, except for the infantry and ground units here. All right, where's that? Oh, these aren't magnetized yet. Here's our militia from Axis Now as 1914. We'll zoom. I'll just add. Let's see, there we go. Got a little bit more than 10 than these. I think we got 15 or something. I originally had 10, but started running out. All right, normal infantry. Oops. Get the flamethrower guy. Did that out of cotton balls. It's kind of burning his hand though, unfortunately. All right, moving on. I still got mountain infantry, just in case we do play with them. Moving on to airborne. Got 10 of these guys, but only 5 Marines. Which I didn't paint these guys, someone else did off eBay. Looks like I want to start painting some myself. Unfortunately. That is what it is. Ain't gonna be too bad. I'm pretty much free now. Man, it's such a good relief to get all the big nations painted. Here's the colonial. Well, too much wash in his eyeball there. 2 of these guys. Yep, I already started on some neutrals. I finished Norway today. They were pretty easy. All right, moving on here. Now we can use this, hopefully. Axis Now is 1940 anti-aircraft guns. I actually painted these and the artillery a long time ago, so that's why they look a little bit different. See, we got some self-propelled. Let's see if we can do this. Anti-aircraft guns. Skink, I believe. Out of box. That's why. Alrighty. Out of the box artillery. These are going to be our heavy artillery for the time being, unless they get too confused. Hopefully not. Moving on to self-propelled. These guys are still on sale on Historical War Game, so getting knocked out. Alright, moving on to the heavy from America. I did all their ground units in Desert Tan. I was thinking about making a European themed one, but I decided not to. Get some other things painted. I feel like it might be a little bit too confusing. I painted 2 schemes, at least for ground units. There's our truck, the 3D printed one. Alright, we got 2 mechs here. Mostly the mechs are the 1941. Oops, that guy can even... Then we got this guy from the board game Singapore, I believe. With a little burn gun sticking out. Universal carrier. Even got a steering wheel in there. You guys all know this one. Advanced Mech from America. So these magnets are really awesome. Moving on to the tanks. Got some Stuart. I think the British call them Stuart Honeys, something like that. Hopefully, a historical board game will come out with British light tank. All right, 2 medium tanks. We got the Valentine from Historical Board Game. Painted up nicely. Then the Crusader, 3D printed. Got the American tank destroyer, but Americans lend-leased them to the British, and they named it the Archer. So those are the tank destroyers. I might color mark the ground units too. I'm trying to figure out what colors to use, just to make it a little bit easier. Kind of like our boats. Just a little sliver and put it sticking out in the rear. Maybe the front. We don't know yet. It's the Centurion tank from America. Then the Churchill. Hopefully you guys get a better view on it with the piece being on the stick. Moving on to... We got a little game going on here. Alright. Aircraft. Now this, we did do a lot of schemes, or I did, 3 different camo patterns. You got the original pattern. And I'm waiting on the this roundel as a decal to put on the side. And I want to put on the side of every single plane. I'm not going to do that one. Got a desert theme. The desert theme's the common one, or the most, I should say, since the ground units are that way. But just in case, if the Britain wants to have the normal color and, United Kingdom and Europe, they can. Got some swordfishes here. We even got the Maritime Swordfish, and that's the third camo scheme. This scheme took me a little bit to figure out the right colors. It turned out pretty decent. Got some seaplanes here. Desert. And Maritime. Alright, whoops. Got a little variety of fighters here. Do the Spitfires first, that's the most common one. Maritime one, so if you want to put on the aircraft carriers, you can. We'll just call these the Homeland scheme. You got the Desert. And the Hawker Hurricane. I got these in a few different patterns too. Got some Lend-Leased ones, P38. I said screw it, might as well add it in there. I'm painting all these. P40. Alright, tactical bombers. Got the Mosquito. And of course, Desert one. Then the Barracuda. Medium bombers. Wellington, I believe. I got two schemes for this one. That and the Desert. Since they really don't go on an aircraft carrier, you know, so don't need to paint them in the Maritime scheme. Got some Lancasters. No, Halifax, right? Homeland camo. Alright, here comes the big boys. I wish I could get that Victory Bomber. I got one 3D printed one. Wanted to buy more, but man, they're really expensive. So I just stayed with these. Jet fighters in all three. These are actually the 3D printed ones. Nice one. All right, moving on to the boats. Now I use the English uniform for their decks, but I'm thinking I might switch it to like a gray, something like that. Maybe a bluish, as long as it doesn't get confused with the Americans. But they stick out enough, so I might just keep it for now. I don't have any decals on them. I have a little bit of the flags left, but not enough for all the ships. So I'm going to wait, and when I do my order from Historical Board Game, I'll try to get some. Or combat miniatures. There's transport. No attack transports yet. Coastal sub, you guys don't know what that looks like. The torpedo boat destroyer. All the same. This is the Queen Elizabeth, the World War I. So I decided to make that the coastal defense ship, since Britain kind of has a few out there. Might as well make them look a little fancy. Alright, little submarine, 1940. No deck on this one. Solid gray. Destroyer from 1940. This is probably my favorite destroyer scope from the Axis and Allies pieces. Light cruiser. 3D printed from historical board game. Then the county class cruiser from Axis and Allies. Yeah, if you guys want to magnetize your pieces, go for it. This is the Admiral. This is a pretty big boy. I wouldn't have done it until I saw Lieutenant Dan's little chip magnetized idea. I started on a few. Right here. Yeah. If it wasn't for this idea, then I wouldn't have done it. Now, I haven't spray painted or glued them down. The tape's just holding it. And it does a pretty good job, but I might peel one side off and glue it. Let's try it. I haven't tried it yet. Oh, yeah. Even comes up. Don't have to worry about knocking that over, huh? That was the idea. Whoa! A little more than I thought. That idea he showed us, thankfully. And that's the reason I want to start magnetizing all my pieces. But some of the magnets do come out from those two stickers. So I'll probably just peel one off, a little glue on there, reapply the sticker. There's some with the holes in it. Alright, back on track here. Got our normal battleship. I gotta start putting a black line on the bronze. My buddy's getting confused from bronze to gold. And I just decided to just put a black line on the bronze and so it'll stick out a little bit. So they are pretty close, but once you have them next to each other, they're not confusing at all. Fast battleship, the King George. Historical board gaming. Then the Vanguard. Oops. Escort carrier. Just a normal one. Again, 3 magnets for each carrier. You know the light ones only get 1. Just guess we play like Axis and Allies or something. This is a 3D printed piece, and I have no clue what it's called. That's what it looks like, though. Definitely from Shapeways. Probably from E-Bart. We got the Royal Ark. That one came out pretty nice, I think. Oopsie. Then the Furious. 1940 something. I always thought that looked pretty cool. There's only one of these. And the Malta, which having it hollowed out makes it really easy to magnetize. Turned out pretty good. It just kind of bugs me that some of the decks were not brown. I think most of them weren't. So that's the only reason why I want to change it. But who knows? Here's that 3D printed aircraft carrier on an iceberg. I have no clue how many planes it's supposed to hold, but I know it holds a lot. So I put a crap ton. It's pretty beefy. I try not to paint the sides. Only the structure, whatever those are called. The bridge. There we go. Decks. But the sides are trying to keep clean. I got 8 minutes on that bad boy. I thought that's pretty slick. I might get it, trying to buy another one for Russia. Who knows? I totally forgot to paint this English uniform. I'm all out. I've used so much English uniform, it's unreal. For all 4 Commonwealth nations. And maybe a few neutrals, I used English uniform. Ran out of the spray paint. Completely forgot about this. I wouldn't have had enough of this anyway. But I did an order a couple days ago for some more paint, so I got English uniform on there. Tried before, but it was out of stock. It's finally in stock. See, that's our big old Navy in the desert. That's way on the coast of Norway, way up there. Yep, but I am finally done painting the playable nations, except a few little details, but besides the paint strokes, I'm done. So now I'm just going to start with some neutrals. Those guys right there. Show you a little bit around here. Maybe got something a little new for you. 3D printer is working. So I've been 3D printing some stuff. Trying to get these bases knocked out here. Say goodbye to those chips. Oh, we even got the new Russian pieces painted, decaled up. Yeah, our game's been put on hold for a little bit. One of the players got some training to do and studying. So we just left it here. Hopefully we'll start up soon. That's about all I have for you guys, and hopefully next time I'll show you some more, all the neutrals painted, and probably some facilities on those 3D printed ones. I got the shipyards done, air bases, and sub bases. Other ones are kind of a little finicky. So hopefully I can show you a video on that one, and hopefully do a little painting video for you guys. I've been holding back on. It's kind of hard to do that one for sure. So that's about it. So back to painting. Hopefully you have more fun. I'm not dreading anymore. It's like a big relief to have all those nations painted. So I got nothing else for you guys. Catch you later.